Greetings, family. Greetings, champions. Welcome to your show. Welcome to Live with Chatufa. On this May Day, I am going to be just giving you a marathon of updates. This is just going to be a marathon of updates. I think we have about 6 shows. All of them are going to be marathon, by the way. I'm just giving you updates of what is happening today, what has been happening in the nation, as we are continuously looking at the activities happening in the nation as the freedom of the Zimbabwean people continues to approach. Mthuli Ncube's policies cause Zimbabweans to lose millions in foreign currency bank accounts. Again, the same issue is coming back. An issue that we have seen in the past is repeating itself again time around. Yes, we have a report from the Nehanda radio. It says outrage in Zimbabwe as banks garnish millions of US dollars. This is very, very sickening. I am telling you, Zimbabweans have been losing money throughout because of the works of ZANU-PF, and it is very unfortunate to continue to see our people losing out money because of the policies of ZANU-PF. You know, MNANGAGWA and ZANU-PF, they don't learn from their mistakes. They continue to do the very same thing because they know that it is actually benefiting them. Zimbabweans are at a loss. Imagine losing millions and millions of US dollars in their accounts. So Nehanda Radio reports that in a move that has sparked widespread outrage, Zimbabwean banks have begun deducting millions of US dollars from clients' accounts, citing the intermediate money transfer tax IMTT introduced by Finance Minister Mthuli Ncube in 2020. Clients of banks such as CBZ Holdings, Nedbank Zimbabwe have reported waking up to find thousands of US dollars missing from their accounts without prior warning or clear communication from the banks. Nedbank Zimbabwe, in a notice dated 25 April 2024, informed clients that they had commenced a manual recovery exercise to comply with the Finance Act number 8 of 2020, introduced the IMTT. The notice stated subsequent to an earlier notice on the collection of intermediated money transfer tax in line with the Finance Act number 8 of 2020, which was effective 1st of August 2020, stating that the transfer of funds from a nostril foreign currency account is subject to IMTT. We advise that we have commenced the manual recovery exercise respectively to comply with the Act. The notice went on to explain that clients were not charged IMTT on MasterCard's transactions from August 1, 2020 will be affected. So this is it, family, what is happening in the nation. We continue to see that each time that ZANU-PF embarks on their stupid policies, monetary policies, we continuously see a loss of income in many, many people. And this is what affects business in Zimbabwe, because obviously most of these nostro accounts are accounts that are held either by people that are in the diaspora, and of course some people that are also in the nation, business people and people that want to make sure that they safeguard their currency and convert it to US or hard currency. When you convert your money or your Zimbabwean dollar to hard currency, then you put it in nostro accounts. Remember, during the budget, Mthuli Ncube promised that he was not going to be touching nostro accounts again, like what happened last time. But look at it. Banks have already started the very same thing that they say they will never do. They do the very same thing. And very sad development, very sad for our country. This discourages business every time that government interferes in people's savings. You remember during the time of Gono, how many times people were losing their income. And at one point, Gono came out even joking that everyone who was an overnight has become an overnight millionaire. Imagine. And then all of a sudden, he removed all those zeros and people came back again to zero. And ZANU-PF does not take that seriously. And the economics like that can never encourage business people. You can't find serious business people coming into the country. When business people don't come into the country, investors don't come into the country, it affects growth, it affects industry, it affects production, it affects agriculture, it affects the employment. You'll find that our country has about 96% unemployment. And MNANGAGWA is busy addressing workers on May Day. What workers is he talking about? Which people is he addressing when most of the Zimbabwean people are not formally employed? And it is very, very sad development. So this is what is happening. People have lost money. People continue to lose money. And this is never going to stop, because ZANU-PF will always do any economic move that benefits them. The whole idea is about them continuously milking the US dollar from the economy while they splash out the papers that they call ZIG into the economy. And Mnangagwa refuses to acknowledge that this ZIG has already failed. It is already falling. We have seen also that when they tried to introduce other lower denominations of these new currency, the ZIG, they failed to bring in the coins. They failed. The smallest, I think, denomination that was brought was the 10 ZIG, and that 10 ZIG still needs change if somebody needs to be buying, and it's not happening. And people in Zimbabwe end up buying things that they don't want. People end up being given things that they don't want as change whenever they are buying, and that is not fair. It's not fair for somebody who is working and earning their money in a very, very tough environment and situation like the situation that we see in our own country. Zimbabwe is a pain. Zimbabwe continues to expose its people to poverty, to loss. The people of Zimbabwe, no matter how hard they are trying to work, they continue to sink because ZANU-PF comes up with foolish policies. Each time that Zimbabweans have worked and they are amassing whatever that they have amassed, ZANU-PF turns around, comes with another stupid policy that erodes all the effort and the sweat of the Zimbabwean people. We have seen also people building houses when the land barons belong to ZANU-PF. Land barons sell land to people. People build their houses, double stories. ZANU-PF turns around, comes, destroys those houses. The next time you find that land has been taken by new barons again, who are still within the same ZANU-PF, they will sell it to other people. When those people build, they come again, they destroy. The land is taken over by other barons. How long have we continued to see houses being destroyed in cities? It is because of this corrupt government that we have, which is not a government at all. This is why the suffering of our people, the suffering of the Zimbabwean people continues to be seen throughout, even throughout the whole world. We need change in the country. We need Zimbabwe to be freed from these people. We can never progress as a nation. We can never prosper as individuals, as business people, as communities, when we still have people like ZANU-PF being the ones that are leading. We really need proper change. We need a new government, a new leadership that will come and put policies that they can respect, policies that they can follow, policies that are not for a few people or to benefit a few individuals, but policies that make sure that they benefit every person. Every Zimbabwean citizen must benefit from policies that are designed by government. This is why it is very important that whenever policies are being made, the government has to consult the people. There must be consensus, and then the people will be able to support the policies. But Mnangagwa is always with the iron fist kind of government of his. They want to dictate things, and when policies are rejected by the Zimbabwean people, they start to come and want to use force, like we are seeing the ZIG being protected by the police force. You cannot have people policing money in an economy. It doesn't work. There's no way you can protect that money. We had also Chris Mthangwa saying the president is going to do the best to support the ZIG. There's nothing that Mnangagwa can do to make sure that the ZIG stands. The ZIG can only stand if it is still supported by the Zimbabwean people. If Zimbabwean people are still happy about what the government is doing, being also consulted in policy making, then the people will support the policies and everything will just work like a big, oiled machine. But, well, we are dealing with an arrogant government, an arrogant party, and arrogant and overstayed and, recycled politicians in ZANU-PF. These are the people that are causing hardships for our people. And we need to continue to declare freedom over the Zimbabwean people. We need change. We need new leaders. We need to see Nelson Chamisa, the blue train, taking over Zimbabwe, and then Zimbabweans can begin to rest. Zimbabweans can be taken out of the doldrums, the suffering, the poverty, and the affliction that we have seen ZANU-PF causing. But let us continue to pray. God is in it. God is delivering Zimbabwe. Very, very soon, freedom is coming. ZANU-PF is not going far. You can see the indications. They are going down. They are falling to the ground very, very soon. So, family, thank you very much for joining me on the show. We have 6 more shows that are coming, 5 now after this one that are coming. one on this channel, and the rest will be on the main channel. So do not go anywhere. Just continue being there on that seat. It's a holiday. This is why I'm giving you a marathon of updates, because this is a bonus for the May Day. Otherwise, remain blessed, and always remember that freedom for the Zimbabwean people is here, and it is a reality. It is coming.